This is CBC Here and Now.
I think there are people in this community who have a lot of strong opinions on that topic.
It has nothing to do with the gender or the sexuality choice.
Keep trying. Progress is slow.
The town of Springdale turns down a student group's request for a rainbow crosswalk to show solidarity with the LGBTQ community.
A story that's bringing an outpouring of support to the Springdale students.
Well, coming up, of course, have your weekend forecast. Always lots to talk about, and yes, we'll talk about this coming up as well.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Germain.
And I'm Jeremy Eaton.
The town council in Springdale is at the center of a controversy over LGBTQ rights.
It refused a request by the Gender Sexuality Alliance at Indian River High School to paint a rainbow crosswalk. Students and teachers who are members of the Gender Sexuality Alliance at Indian River High asked council for help to paint the rainbow near the school.
Painting crosswalks with the colors of the rainbow has become a symbol of solidarity with the LGBTQ community. Other cities and communities across the province have done it before, like the one you're looking at here and that happened in St. John's, but Springdale Council rejected the request. Mayor Dave Edison says councillors did not want to set a precedent.
As far as I'm concerned, if a church came to me or a group of colored people came to me and wanted to request something, you know, we would be saying the same thing. It has nothing to do with the gender or the sexuality choice that there has nothing to do. To accept it, I know for me personally, I accept everybody. So, but I don't want to segregate. I'm here to run a town, and I don't want to segregate, and I certainly don't want to use tax dollars to do so.
The mayor says the students will get another chance to make their case Monday evening at the town's council meeting, and the school's Gender Student Alliance Association says it's looking forward to working with the town to try to find a solution and to educate council members about the meaning of the rainbow crosswalk.
Meanwhile, a former student of Indian River High School says he's not surprised by the town's decision. Now, Ryan Reed tells us he's encountered homophobia in the town before. Reed is gay and studying to be a member of the clergy.
I was hoping it would be passed, but as I said, it's not a big surprise when you've been fighting this battle as long as someone like me has. I think it's a combination of 2 or 3 different things. I think it's a combination of small town mentality and not a lot of being used to seeing a lot of diversity. I also think from people who are a bit more broad-minded on the issue, I think it's also a fear of being too vocal. It's still a small town, everybody knows everyone, and I think people are afraid to speak out.
Rainbow crosswalks to support gay rights are not uncommon in this province. Several cities and towns have done this before.
And the fact that Springdale is saying no has people talking. Here and Now's Garrett Barry has been following some of the reaction. Garrett.
Well, here in downtown St. John's, the Pride Crosswalk has become a little tiny bit of a fixture. It was first put here in this place in 2016. It came back last year, and we can be sure it's coming back this year, too.
Yeah, it's a matter of course that we do it now. It's part of our recognition and our inclusiveness agenda.
The city paints these rainbow colors to celebrate Pride Week. Activists say it's more than just a bucket of paint.
LGBTQ2 youth are part of an invisible minority, which is why it's very important for communities to have signs and symbols around that are inclusive and that are diverse.
You see these symbols at Confederation Building, in Corner Brook, and in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Gemma says it's even more important in small communities.
Youth who are dealing with sexuality and gender identity have a higher rate of suicide. They're bullied in schools, and this is happening more so based on my own research and in terms of the outreach that I've done in rural communities. So it's very important to show support.
Every community has to make their own choice, but in St. John's, Breen says the pride symbols have not divided his community.
We hear complaints about everything that we do, and you know, we do hear some concerns, but on the generally overall, it's been received quite positively, and you know, we think it's important, and a large number of members of the public who contact us feel it's important as well.
Well, a lot of people have been talking about this story online today. Some have offered their encouragement and support to those Springdale students. Others are upset with the town's decision, including this tweet by Mrs. Yetman. I grew up gay in Carbonear. It was hard, very hard. Would have been life-changing just to have a friggin' rainbow crosswalk. This mayor has no idea how alienated these children sometimes are. A taste of the reaction coming in today. Reporting live for Here and Now in St. John's, I'm Garrett Berry.
Comedian Mark Critch also weighed in on Twitter with his reaction, telling people from the area who feel they don't have support that others do support them. Critch tweeted, "If you're a LBGTQ kid in Springdale, please know there are a whole lot of people in Newfoundland and Labrador that support you."
So what do you think about this? Do you have a story that we should know about? Get in touch. You can email us at hereandnow.nl@cbc.ca or send us a message on Facebook or on Twitter at CBCNL.
I think one of the biggest reasons people get into debating is to really learn that life skill of being able to talk in front of people.
I think 6 rounds total. 2 of them we prepared our cases for already.
If you like a good argument, you'll want to check out these high school debaters. About 150 students from across the country are in St. John's this weekend to make arguments in the Senior High National Debating Championships. Just ahead, we'll find out what role the Battle of Beaumont-Hamel has to do with their debate.
Well, bad news for students and parents at Bishop Field Elementary in St. John's. The English School District says it doesn't look likely that the doors will reopen in September. Part of the school's gym ceiling collapsed back in October, and the district has been busing students to the former school for the deaf ever since. Last month, the province said it was committed to keeping Bishop Field open, and it's budgeted $15 million for repairs. Well, what's an Olympic skater without her skates? Luckily, crowds in Corner Brook won't have to find out. Caitlin Osmond is in town preparing for Corner Brook's annual ice show. Here Now's Colleen Connors is standing by with more on tonight's special guest and her very near miss. Colleen.
Well, I'm here at the Civic Center in Corner Brook tonight, where some of the youngest skaters are taking to the ice for their practice, and they will continue practicing until 8:30 this evening. The 2,500 plus seats here at the Civic Center, well, they're sold out for the big show coming up this Saturday evening, all to see Osmond perform. Now, Osmond got into Corner Brook very late last night without her luggage, but she did manage to pull through a practice with some of the skaters earlier today. Osmond's skates arrived at the rink this morning, just in time for her to show off some moves during a full day of seminars with Corner Brook skaters.
We're very fortunate that Caitlin was able to come a day early to work with the skaters, to be able to skate with them before the show and pass on some tips and some different things, some stroking exercises, some jump exercises that she uses. And it's just a great chance for the kids our skaters, to be able to be with her on the ice and experience that.
Osmond took the skaters through rigorous training sessions.
She showed us ways to improve like double salves and double toes, and she showed us how to get more height on our jumps.
Some as young as 7 years old.
It was really cool.
Why was it so cool?
Because I was skating with a girl who won a gold medal at the Olympics. She taught me some really cool spins and exercises and lots of jumps.
For some of the older club members, Osmond is a peer and a motivator.
It makes me feel how much I'm capable of, because she's coming from Mary's town, such a little town in Newfoundland, and so am I. So it makes me feel like I can do so much more than I think I can.
Tomorrow night, the skaters here will perform alongside their idol in the sold-out annual ice show.
It's been a long time since we sold out an ice show. The last time was back in '99 when Elvis came, and we've had some fantastic skaters at our shows over the years. So hopefully everyone who's here at the show will see the quality of the show that we produce, and will continue to support all the shows that we do in the future.
Well, all the proceeds from Saturday's big show that these guys are practicing for right now, all the proceeds go back to the skating club. Things like rental fees and costumes, of course. And then Osmond goes on to Grand Falls-Windsor on Sunday to perform with that ice show and the Sparkling Blades in Grand Falls-Windsor. That's at 4 on Sunday. Live in Corner Brook tonight, I'm Colleen Connors for Here and Now.
A court case in St. John's proves that when a business gets into financial trouble, customers can get hit with the fallout. That's what's happened to 4 women who put down big deposits to get cabinets from the now defunct Regal Wood Kitchens in St. John's. Glenn Payette has that story.
If you've ever built a house or done a major renovation, you know that kitchen cabinets are a huge expense. And if you're dealing with a small company, you might want to make sure that they're doing okay. Regina Fitzgerald's business wasn't. Around the end of 2014, her company, Regal Wood Kitchens, was in financial trouble. At her sentencing hearing in St. John's today, she told the court, "I don't know where to start. It's horrible that I hurt these people with no intention." As her business was dropping off and bills mounting, she took about $37,000 in deposits for cabinets. She thought if she could get a loan, which she couldn't, she could keep the business afloat. Instead, she used the deposit money to pay expenses, and the 4 women never got their cabinets. Fitzgerald said, "I wanted Regal Wood to be bigger. I just couldn't get the financing, and that's the truth." Fitzgerald declared bankruptcy in April of 2015, and Regal Wood Kitchens went under, and she was charged with fraud. 2 of the women paid for their deposits on insured credit cards, so they got their money back. The 2 others are still out of pocket to the tune of $23,000. Crown Prosecutor Aaron Matthews acknowledged that Fitzgerald pleaded guilty and showed remorse, but felt 45 days in prison was necessary as a deterrence to Fitzgerald and others, and that Fitzgerald should have to repay the $23,000. Fitzgerald's lawyer, Candace Summers, argued for a conditional discharge, meaning no jail time, and that Fitzgerald agreed to repay the $23,000. In the end, Judge David Orr noted it wasn't a planned fraud and said a conditional discharge would allow her to go forward and compensate the victims. He also placed Fitzgerald on 2 years probation. She is now a massage therapist in Fort McMurray. Glenn Payette, CBC News, St. John's.
All right, time for a little check on your weather forecast, and well, we've got to talk about...
Okay. We got to get the head of the clouds here because there's some stuff that's more important than the weather, believe it or not. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Bit of news to share today.
Selfie. Do you know?
Is that our first on-air selfie?
He's wearing a little Ryan. Take a look there. There's a little Ryan there on the lapel.
Nice.
The latest fashion. Some interesting news.
Yeah, for sure. In case you missed it, I've taken a new role with CBC in Halifax, where I'm going to be covering the weather for Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and CBC Atlantic tonight, right here on this station. Yep. It was a really tough decision because my wife and I absolutely love it here. For the past 10 years, I cannot believe that it has been 10 years, a decade. CBC Newfoundland and Labrador has been a wonderful place to grow as a broadcaster, and honestly, the entire team has been really amazing to work with. And the storms, man, the storms. I knew it was going to be crazy here, but it has really been incredible to track and forecast all of this crazy weather. Of course, in the community, everyone has been so kind and welcoming to myself and my wife Annie, and more recently our 2 boys, and honestly, we cannot thank you enough for that. It's easy, honestly, to envision staying here forever. However, as our boys grow, and they're growing fast, so too has the importance of having some family in our lives. And my wife Annie was born and raised in the Halifax area, continues to have a wide family network there. It's a family-friendly city. It's in Atlantic Canada. It's along the coast and still a stormy place. So at the end of the day, as hard as it is, this is a fantastic opportunity to stay within the CBC family and most importantly, be closer to our family. So we had to jump at it. We're really excited for the next chapter of our lives, but it's obviously going to be really hard to say so long to you over the next few weeks. And thank you so much to everyone who has already reached out on social media today. I'm happy that I'll be here until June, and it's going to be great to have an opportunity to say thank you to all of you.
Right, so partly cloudy with
tears. I lost it a little bit in the newsroom today, and I was really hoping I was going to be able to to get through that. So yes.
Of course, the real reason he's going is because he wants to go to a province where he has a better chance of getting the forecast right.
That's true. That's true. That's true. A zinger, which is also true. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have a lot of time for goodbyes. There's going to be a lot of Ryan Snoddon footage. But what I think we need to do is return to some happier, sunnier times. Back to the summer of 2015.
Just a crazy kid with a dream.
when Snoddon tried to sell me some much coveted, much missed, much needed sunshine. Enjoy this piece.
One of my favorites. Snowfall warning in effect, Buckins and Grand Falls-Windsor, blowing snow advisory for the Burin, and a wind warning. Winter storm warnings continue. Those blizzard warnings still in effect. The windows will be shaken again. The snow continues to fall here, 40+ centimeters in Mount Pearl. Don't put those shovels too far away. Are we ready to go, girls? Yeah. Yeah? Let's go. Oh man, I can do this all day. Honey, you're gonna look beautiful on the kitchen table.
We've been looking for you.
No, and it's not. You're not looking for me.
Come on, we've been looking for you.
This is all we've got. There's nothing else.
Just needs to speak to you. Have a seat.
I'll call your lawyer, man. And you set me up.
I didn't, man. I'll call Saul.
There's no sunshine.
Be resolved that this story that you're going to see after the break will be the best one of the night.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
We'll debate that coming up.
Well, St. John's will be the place for a good argument this weekend. It's home to the National Senior High School Debating Championships, and this year there's a connection to the Battle of Beaumont-Hamel.
The beginning, we're going to debate our premier topic, and that's be it resolved that the Battle of Beaumont-Hamel was a formative event for the nation of Newfoundland and Labrador. And, you know, understanding that it's the anniversary of the Battle of Beaumont-Hamel, and we're going to have all these students come through the rooms and debate that topic for the first 2 rounds, and that's prepared. So they knew about that in advance. So we want them to go study Newfoundland and Labrador. We want them to study the battle. We want them to understand the history behind these things. And then they're going to debate 4 other impromptu rounds, and out of that will come the semifinals and the finals and the winners.
So there's close to 150 debaters from coast to coast are in St. John's today for a national competition, and we're going to meet some of them right now. Just tell me who you are and what's going to happen this weekend.
Well, I'm Henry LaPrairie. I'm the hometown hero. I'm from St. John's. I go to Holy Heart where the tournament's being held. I'm in the French division with my partner.
And what's going to happen over the weekend?
So there are, I think, 6 rounds total. 2 of them we've prepared our cases for already. We're debating about Beaumont-Hamel and how that affected the formation of Newfoundland. But the other 4, we don't know what's going to happen. It's all impromptu, and we get 15 minutes to prepare our side. And then it breaks into like quarterfinals and semifinals and that.
And can you just introduce yourself, tell us where you're from?
My name's Kierat Bueller. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Why does somebody get into debating?
I think one of the biggest reasons people get into debating is to really learn that life skill of being able to talk in front of people, come up with thoughts on the spot, and be able to give arguments and defend your case.
This is a national competition. Have you done this before? And if so, why do you keep coming back?
Yeah, it is a national competition. I've done it before. This is my 3rd time. And I keep coming back because it's a great experience and you want to win it.
So can you explain to me, how does somebody win a debate? How is it judged? For people who don't know much about debating, myself, how does somebody win a debate?
Someone wins a debate by having a very clear argument, by signposting clearly what they're going to be talking about in their speech, having a clear analysis, if you're side government, really clearly stating what you're trying to prove, analyzing each word in the resolution, and exactly what you're trying to get the audience to agree with you about.
And for you as a debater, what's the most fun part about the debate? Is there fun to this?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's why I do it. The most fun for me is being able to present myself and confidently, and speaking in front of people is really exciting for me.
Now just introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from.
I'm Annie McCarthy. I'm from Toronto, Nova Scotia.
How long have you been a debater?
I've been a debater for about 7 years, on and off.
So how much will you and your team practice getting ready for this competition this weekend here in St. John's?
This competition, we've known the motion for about 3 weeks now. So we've been practicing learning about it, learning about Newfoundland as a whole since we've gotten the topic.
So I'm going to ask you a question, but I want you all to answer it. If you're into debating, does that mean you're an argumentative sort of person?
Some might say that, especially maybe my parents.
And what about for you? Are you an argumentative person? Do you like winning?
Definitely like winning. Argumentative person, but in a good way.
And what about yourself? Argumentative person, or do you just like the nature of the debate?
I wouldn't really describe myself as argumentative at all, but debating's fine. It's something I like to do. It keeps you engaged in what's going around.
Henry, as the self-proclaimed hometown hero, is there a lot of pressure on those shoulders of yours to try to take home the victory this weekend?
A little bit, not so much because of where I am. I mean, I'm just as competitive anywhere you go, but it's my last year doing it, so of course everyone's really trying to win.
Well,
to interact with some of the other actors. It doesn't have to carry a scene. There are no lines that have to be learned.
A rough call. A theatre in Halifax looks for a K9 star for a role in an upcoming production of Shakespeare in Love.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Sorry, I'm jumping in there.
It's okay.
Second day on the job
It's
here.
your nature.
It's taking over.
So
yeah, you're here for one night, and Ryan announces he's leaving.
I know, so I just want to, on
There's
behalf
no
of CBC, I just want to apologize for that.
What happened to your Ryan Snoddon sticker?
I had to take it off, man.
I'm old.
Yes.
Just chucked it out, right?
Yeah, I put it right next to my Jonathan Crowe sticker.
All right, so you still have to do a bit of work here.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. So, where do you want to start?
Like I said, there's no comparing the storms that have been tracking through this province. And spring here, again, takes a little bit longer than in some other spots, and where the Labrador coast is no exception. Snowfall warning in effect for basically from Mary's Harbour up to Cartwright and through the Rigolette area and Postville and Makovic. This is where we could see at least 15 centimeters to as much as 25, 30 centimeters. And given the fact that this is going to hang out right through into Saturday night, local amounts could top 40 or 50 centimeters in the higher elevation areas, particularly that Trans-Labrador Highway. Current temperatures, yeah, we're prime for snow here across the southeast with temperatures near the freezing mark. Temperatures, in fact, near the freezing mark for most of Newfoundland today. We have this low that's spinning in as we speak. Winds are a little on the breezy side ahead of it, and here it is. And we've been watching that snow truck up through western parts of Newfoundland today. Periods of rain, at times heavy, of course, across the east this morning. Things have slackened off a little bit with just some lingering drizzle now. But again, the prime area for the weather over the next 24 hours in terms of the most unsettled weather will be southeastern parts of Labrador. Watch your timeline here. Heaviest snowfall rates will come to an end for the west coast, looking at generally 5 centimeters here along that west coast. Some of the higher elevation areas in that 10 centimeter range, especially for the northern peninsula. But it's through southeastern Labrador where that snow will continue to build and build and build over the next 24 hours. Temperatures near the freezing mark for the Burin and the Avalon to start the day. A little bit cooler than that through central and west. -10. And even a little bit of sun to start your morning in Labrador City. Now, through the day tomorrow, that low will be working just to the north. It's a slow mover, though, so we'll continue to see these bands of snow that'll be backing in from the Labrador coast and continuing to add up that snowfall for the southeast parts of Labrador. Onshore flurries will continue for the west coast, where we could see another centimeter or two, but temperatures are going to be above the freezing mark. And it will be tough to see much more than a few centimeters through the day tomorrow. Central will see a chance of flurries mixed with showers. Again, temperatures cooler in the morning, so it'll be a flurry risk, and then into the afternoon more of a shower risk. And I think for the south coast, the Burin and the Avalon, some sun breaks in the mix, but do keep an eye out for an isolated risk of a shower into the afternoon as that system kind of spins around to the north and west of us. Now for Labrador, again, the story in the southeast is the snow. Nain back through Labrador City, some sunny breaks. Now into the Sunday time period, that low continues to depart. We'll see some of that snow continuing even into Sunday morning, excuse me, some lingering flurries into the afternoon. And then it's just an isolated flurry risk on the island, 30 to 40% chance or less. And so I've actually kept it off the icons here and even put a little bit of a sunny break in there or two, because I think that is possible from Corner Brook to St. John's, especially for areas to the south. Cloud cover dominates with some flurries in the southeast, and Labrador City temperatures near 2 on the plus side with a little bit of sun. Where there's some nicer weather in the long-range forecast Monday and beyond, and we'll talk about that coming up. Jeremy and Anthony.
Thanks, Ryan. A theatre in downtown Halifax has held countless casting calls and auditions over the years, but this week there was something totally special.
Yes, they were on the lookout for a diamond in the rough. The CBC's Colleen Jones has that story.
Bobby, this is where the dog auditions are. Okay, don't forget, think Benji, think Lassie. This is your big opportunity.
Doggy auditions? It's an unusual casting call at Neptune Theatre as they look to cast a dog in their September running of Shakespeare in Love. Meet George, a French bulldog. He's ready for his cameo.
I think it's fantastic. I think he's got major star power.
Some have come with acting experience. Zigzag starred in Annie and off Broadway in like Cole Harbour, actually.
Thought I'd give her a shot to audition.
I read your resume.
Oh.
Jeremy Webb is the artistic director at Neptune. A casting call for dogs is different than humans, but he knows what he's looking for.
The dog in Shakespeare in Love makes a few appearances. It runs across the stage. It has to interact with some of the other actors. It doesn't have to carry a scene. There are no lines that have to be learned. Do you know any lines from Hamlet?
No lines to learn, just look cute and be able to take a cue.
Sit. Stay.
Bubby's turn.
Sit. Oh, that one ear up, one ear down.
That was actually quite good, Colleen. I'm feeling you're a bit like a stage mum right now.
She's a little distracted by my handful of treats.
Oh, okay, it's going well, Jeremy.
What I'm getting a sense of is that Bubby's more of an improvisational actor. Maybe, you know, whose line is it anyway kind of vibe.
So not what you're looking for, you're telling me.
We get a don't call us, we'll call you. Two of the stars, this pair, Moyles and Missy. Moyles is a blue-eyed border collie.
I think it went well. They enjoyed it. They got treats, so they were happy.
Would you like this experience for Moyles and Missy?
Yeah, no, it would be a great experience for both of them and me as well, just learning how it works. And
it's like Robert De Niro just walked in the room.
This is probably exactly how it started for Lassie or Littlest Hobo. The dog who wins the part will start rehearsals in August, and Shakespeare in Love opens in September. No doubt the dog will steal the show. Colleen Jones, CBC News, Halifax.
Well, this is the old way for testing to see if somebody was intoxicated. But now with marijuana about to become legal sometime this year, how do you test if somebody's stoned, especially if they're behind the wheel? That's coming up.
Alcohol, which is legal, causes how many accidents, deaths?
Just hurry up and legalize it. That'd be great.
What does weed do? Helps people with a lot of stuff, anxiety, depression.
The rain didn't keep these St. John's smokers from burning one down in celebration of 420. But how did that number come to be a shorthand for smoking weed? Well, here's a little bit of a history lesson. It all started out with a bunch of American high school students who used to meet at 420 on campus for a treasure hunt. Now, they were looking for free weed, said to be abandoned by its owners. They didn't find the treasure, but adopted the time 420 as their secret code for smoking marijuana. Now, April 20th, which is 420, Actually, not in Canada because we go day, month, year. But anyways, I digress. April 20th, 420 has become the unofficial protest day for pot.
Is 420 and my colleague Doobie Cooper took the day off? It's got to be a coincidence. This is going to be the last 420 before marijuana is legalized, which brings challenges for police, especially in terms of drinking and driving and drugging and driving. This time last year, our Zach Gowdy spoke with the RNC about how officers screen for marijuana and countless other drugs. And the RNC tells us those practices still stand. Have a look.
Generally, there's 4 or 5 components to an impaired driving investigation. First off, we would have to have a reason to believe that somebody was operating the vehicle while impaired. So it could be a call from the public indicating that the driver was driving erratically. It could be at a roadside checkpoint, or it could be at a motor vehicle accident. So we would have to have a reason to have an interaction with the person.
What are people like when they're in this room?
We have a vast responses to people being charged with impaired driving. Again, it would depend on how much alcohol they have, or as we're going to talk about today, how much drugs. So it would depend on what type of drug or medication. At roadside, if I suspect that somebody has consumed marijuana, whether it's a fresh odor or a stale odor, sometimes we'll see marijuana debris in the vehicle. Certainly some signs in their eyes, such as dilated pupils, reddened eyes. I would do a standardized field sobriety test, and that consists of 3 batteries of tests, we'll say. One is an eye evaluation, in which I determine how your eyes react to a certain stimulus and how I move that stimulus.
2, 3.
The other 2 tests that would be conducted at roadside would be a walk and turn and a one-leg stand. Those are divided attention tests or psychophysical tests.
1011, 1012.
And the premise behind it is that we ask you to do multiple things at the same time, right? I think everybody can agree that when you're operating a motor vehicle, you have to be able to multitask or do more than one thing at a time, whether it's steer, change lanes, accelerate, brake. At the end of the evaluation, I have to make a determination, A, if the person is impaired, B, which category the suspect is impaired by. Then we would actually do a demand for a urine sample. And I've had evaluations come back, or urinalysis come back, where people have had up to 16 different drugs in their system. We're not fishing for evidence. We're not making things up. This is a standardized program. Every drug recognition evaluator does the evaluation the same way. The same criteria has to be met, whether it's in Canada, the United States, they're using it in Australia, in the UK, we train people in China as well. So as long as everybody is doing the same thing, then the subjectivity is taken away.
Pass me by one summer day, flash those big brown eyes my way, and know I wanted you forevermore, little baby.
Just ahead, a little barbershop quintet on this Friday. Here and now, we'll hear a ditty from the Anchorman's Barbershop Chorus and tell you about their upcoming show. Welcome back to Here and Now. This is Quinn Griffin from Quarterbrook. Quinn is 5 years old and trains 4 hours a week with the Saltos Gymnastics Club.
And pretty great flexibility. She's been going there for 3 years and is in the competitive program.
Congratulations, Quinn. You're today's Young Athlete of the Day.
All right, at some points in the day, apart from the teary eyes in the office, was hard to see, but the visibility outside was not much help either.
No. And some, yeah, I'm not going to say it. Well, it was a foggy day, and so somebody made the reference about, boy, the 420 thing's really taking over out there. So, you know, again, you said I had to say it. Have a look at the weather map across North America. The highs today, as we take a look at Toronto, 8 degrees, and much warmer to the south, 31 in Miami. And you can see where temperatures are into the teens, where this next system is brewing, but it won't become an issue for us until we roll into the middle to later stages of next week. This area of high pressure is going to be the one that we really are going to want to see coming in over the next couple days, and it will be bringing us some sunshine and some warmer temperatures. Got to get through the snowfall warning first for the coast of Labrador from Makkovik down to the Straits, where, yeah, the snowfall warning 15 to as much as 30 centimeters or maybe more in the higher elevations, particularly that Trans-Labrador Highway corridor between the Straits and Happy Valley Goose Bay. You know the section, Eagle River, where the mountains of snow are already 20 feet high by the looks of some of the pictures you've been sending to me lately, and that snow will be getting a little bit of a icing on top over the next 24 to 48 hours as this low slowly but surely departs. By Sunday, you can see we're just a few lingering flurries possible for Sunday morning in the early morning hours, but Sunday a much better day on the island. We'll drop those shower and flurry chances that we're going to see for Saturday. Temperatures still a little bit cool, but not too bad. And an area of high pressure coming in here for Monday, and that will bring more in the way of, again, some sunshine and also some warmer temperatures. There's the high that will dominate for Tuesday, bit of a southerly flow coming in here, and so that the thermometer rather, will start to rise, and the thermostats in your house will start to drop as we have a look at this low that moves in for Wednesday into Labrador. Watch for some shower and flurry chances with that, but another dry day on the island. It's not until Thursday that we see, again, that system moving in with some periods of rain for Newfoundland. Here's how it all plays out in terms of your 7-day trend. Pretty nice to see some double digits this time of year, even nicer when it is coupled with some sunshine, and that is exactly what's on the menu. Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, again, the rain will start to push in from west to east on Thursday into Friday with a bit of a temperature drop in behind, and certainly seeing some of those warmer temperatures building in for you folks in Labrador as well. Temperatures climbing, maybe even flirting with some double digits in the interior parts of Labrador, including Happy Valley Goose Bay by the time we get to Wednesday, but some cooler air flushing in behind as we see the roller coaster ride of spring continue, especially across the Big Land for next week. That's your forecast to now. Your viewer picture of the day still to come, Jeremy.
The Anchorman Barbershop Chorus in St. John's is sporting a new look. They'll take to the stage at tonight's Spring Spectacular concert with some new faces. Doug Dunsmore, director of the Anchorman, brought some of these faces to the CBC studio earlier today.
Pass me by one summer day, flash those big brown eyes my way, and oh, I wanted you forevermore. Now, baby, I'm not one that gets around, swear my feet stuck to the ground, and though I never did meet you before, I said, hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary Lou. I knew, Mary Lou, that we'd never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. Sometimes I heard your voice. Believe me, I just had no choice. While horses couldn't make me stay away. Thought about a moonlit night, arms around me good and tight. That's all I need to see for me to stay. Hey, hey, hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary Lou. I knew, Mary Lou, we never part. We never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. Hello, Mary Lou. I'm in love with you. Yes, hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Right from the start, I
The Anchorman Barbershop Chorus Spring Spectacular happens tomorrow night at the D.F. Cook Recital Hall at Memorial University School of Music. Tickets, $20, and you can get those at the door.
And you can hear more tomorrow morning on Weekend AM with Heather Barrett. That's 6 a.m. on CBC Radio 1.
And remember, you can watch Here and Now while on the go. We're broadcasting live on YouTube. You can also catch past episodes on demand. All you have to do is go to YouTube and subscribe to CBC NL.
Welcome back to Here Now, everyone. Time for our annual Friday edition. It's time to find out who is celebrating.
Yeah, so just take a look at this. It's celebrating birthdays and anniversaries all across our beautiful province.
A happy 50th anniversary today to Bill and Beatrice Moyles in Wabush. Also today, happy 50th to Bill and Jean Hynes in Chapel Arm. And a happy 90th birthday greetings to Leona Shawak. And also a happy 95th birthday greeting to Joseph Masters in Red Harbour, who will celebrate his 95th on Sunday. And a happy 90th birthday 1 week ago for Alfred Sansome. Happy 58th anniversary to Bud and Susie Rose in Hermitage.
Happy 95th birthday to Marg Melvin in Pauline East. Her big day was on Wednesday. Happy 90th birthday wishes to Winifred Mullally White in Stephenville. Birthday greetings to Clara Reed, who celebrated her 93rd last Sunday. Also last Sunday, a 50th wedding anniversary for Wilson and Phyllis Burns, former residents of Labrador City, now living in Lewisport. Happy anniversary to Gerald and Edith Lodge, celebrated 59 years together on Tuesday. Happy 92nd birthday greetings Wednesday to Cyril Pope in Mount Pearl. Cyril is originally from Stones Cove.
Jane Walsh celebrates her 96th birthday this coming Monday. Originally from Fermeuse, Jane now resides in St. John's. And a special 68th wedding anniversary greeting out to Clarence and Effie Smith of Grand Falls-Windsor. Happy birthday to Flora Thomas in Deer Lake, who will be celebrating her 95th birthday on Sunday. And a happy 50th anniversary 2 days ago to Alice and Jim Swift in Burgeo. 50th anniversary greetings also 2 days ago to Wayne and Joan Drover in Hodge's Cove. Congratulations to Fred and Pauline King in Brigus. They were married in Germany 55 years ago. And a happy 53rd anniversary this Monday to Effie and Lloyd Wareham in Arnold's Cove.
A huge happy birthday to Helen Bonia, who today celebrates 102 years of age at the Presentation Convent at Cathedral Square in St. John's. Happy 50th wedding anniversary next Thursday to Jack and Shirley Carter in Botwood. Art and Daphne White in St. John's celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary on Wednesday. Congratulations. Happy 50th anniversary to Betty and Malcolm Osborne in Shoe Cove. Their birthday was on Wednesday. Greetings to Woodrow or Woody and Dora Hibbs in Peterview. They're celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to Joe and Marie Vaders in Glenwood. They'll celebrate their 51st year of marriage tomorrow.
Happy 60th anniversary greetings to Rita and Shirley Hancock in Bishop's Falls. They celebrated their 60th anniversary last Saturday. Also last Saturday, Freeman and Bessie Payne in Daniels Harbour celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. Anniversary greetings yesterday for Art and Elizabeth Symes in Fortune. They've been together for 58 years. And a happy 56th anniversary this coming Monday to Harvey and Audrey Reed in Bain Harbour. Also on Monday, 56th anniversary greetings as well for Morris and Rachel Clark. And a lot of 56s. Another one, happy 56 years to Fred and Isabel George in Arnold's Cove.
Last Sunday, Rita and Jim Hillier in Glenwood celebrated their 52nd anniversary. Congratulations to you both. On Monday, Edward and Genevieve Waff will celebrate their 52nd wedding anniversary. They never miss a here and now, and we here really appreciate that. Happy anniversary to James and Margaret Squires in Burlington, who celebrated their 51st wedding anniversary today. Happy 94th birthday to Kathleen Gregory in Markland, who now resides in Shag Rock Manor, Whiteway. Happy 93rd birthday this Sunday to Frank Harvey in Bay Roberts. Happy 96th birthday to Charles Saunders of Green Harbour. He celebrated that on Wednesday, April 18th.
And a happy 96th birthday next Wednesday to Alice Martin in St. John's. Yesterday, Emma Howell-Wells celebrated her 96th birthday. Congratulations, Emma's in St. John's. She's originally from Carbonear. And a happy 50th wedding anniversary today to Edward and Eileen Raymond in the Goulds. A happy 50th wedding anniversary to Ignatius and Veronica Walsh. After a long career in Wabush, they are now retired and living in Plate Cove West. Doug and Maureen House of Bellburns will celebrate their 53rd wedding anniversary this Monday. And congratulations to Mike and Louise Banks in Upper Gullies as they celebrate their 50th anniversary.
This past Monday, Pauline and Malcolm Fudge of Deer Lake celebrated their 61st wedding anniversary. Happy 50th wedding anniversary today to Tom and Helen Foote in Buren. Also today, Walter and Margaret Hamlin in Corner Brook are celebrating their 55th anniversary. Another couple celebrating today, Rube and Gerald George. Congrats on your 57th wedding anniversary. Happy 57th anniversary to Jim and Classy Keeping in Burnt Islands.
And a happy golden anniversary to Bill and Mildred Snow and Bay Roberts, celebrating half a century of marriage today. And a happy 58th anniversary to Bob and Isabel George in St. John's. Their big day is Sunday. Now, birthday wishes for Alphaeus Tucker, who's also known as Uncle Alfie of Englee, now lives in Roddickton. He's 94 years of age. And on Wednesday, Raymond Abbott in Garnish celebrates his 97th birthday. Congratulations to everybody.
Sorry.
He caught him in a mid kind of expression of happiness and joy because it's Friday night.
It's Absolutely.
Friday. Yeah. No relation to it being 420. Our viewer picture of the day. Have we made enough 420 references tonight?
Not enough. More.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a viewer picture of the day, right?
Well, we got to zoom in, Jeremy. We got to start and put a little bit of suspense as to where this might be. And we go back to eastern Newfoundland and the Avalon and to Flat Rock. And a beautiful picture that was taken yesterday with some of the crashing waves. Chris Marsh snapped this picture and posted it to my Facebook page. Wonderful pic, and thanks very much to Chris and everybody who's been posting pictures to my Facebook page over the last few weeks and months.
Excellent picture, nice lighting. You've actually posted quite a few pictures of waves of late.
Yeah.
Right, with all the wind and that.
Looks so nice.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks again, if I may, to everybody who's been reaching out on Twitter and Facebook and commenting with the announcement that I'm going to be taking off here in a few weeks. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So now you get to go through one of life's pleasures, moving. Right?
with 2 kids, and you got to go across the ocean and bring a house full of stuff. You're good.
2 kids under 3 as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and 2 dogs, 2 big dogs, and a cat.
Yeah.
So I have a whole zoo to move.
Could be like a sitcom.
You're going to build Ryan's Ark.
We should do a reality show about it. Yeah.
Yeah, meteorologists move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably work.
I hope my wife is really patient. She is really patient,
She
but
puts
I
up
hope
with
she's
you,
really,
obviously she's very
really
patient.
patient. Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm not going to drag this out into a long goodbye, but
it's going to be a
certainly-
long goodbye.
I hope not. At some point, of course, as we get closer to whenever you get your official dates and all that, we'll probably have some fun looking back at some great Snoddon moments in here and now, which of course will involve Jonathan Crowe and Debbie, and it'll be good when it gets there. And I'm glad we still get a few weeks to work with you because
Likewise.
it's a privilege working with you.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. Feel the
I'm
same
Anthony
way.
Germain. Thank you for being here as well.
Good
and
job, buddy.
we'll see you on Monday.
Good night.
Have a good weekend.